Parlay pals sending pics like it's draft day. Maybe we'll give a little lesson like a half day. Now watch us make the line move, what the graphs say. We've been on the grind making mad plays. See, we like the Fab Five, but we don't take timeouts. Watch us change the ball game and take the baseline out. Life's a party, yeah, we know it, but it's game time now. Our profits rocket to the moon and we on space time now. You see, we trying to beat the bookies like we're Tyson. Listen to the pod, we're trying to bring the people right in. Show them how to do it, we gon' talk and get you through it. We the bestest on the pod and guarantee we gon' prove it. Parlay pals, parlay pals, parlay pals.
Welcome back to Parlay Pals, and to my left, the Parlay Pals. Money Mike, Shawnee Brawny, Tran Man, and Joey Two-Time. We had a good week. We had a very good, entertaining week of football from 12 p.m. Penn State 5.5 to 2 a.m. BYU. Did we win them all? No, but we had a solid week, and we appreciate everyone who watched. We had upwards of almost 100 views on YouTube. Or you can follow us on Twitter at @parlay_pals. We found an easy way to search us on YouTube. Is just to search Parlay Pals with no spaces. So if you just search down YouTube, we'll pop up. But we had a good week. We went 3-2 overall. So if you did take our picks single-handedly, you would go up. You would be up. But as a unit, as the Parlay Pal unit, we did go 0-1, Chris.
Yeah, as a team, we're 0-1, and at the end of the day, it's a team sport. So I'm all about.
Don't start, because it's not like.
Like you don't think every member of this team has the team mindset?
No, not at all. I think 4 of us do.
Well, who do you not think has the Parlay Pal team
Chris.
mindset?
He's a snake.
No.
How's he snake?
Are you kidding me? So we get a text a day before the games kick off. Yeah, I'm gonna make an extra parlay with just 3 of the picks, Ryan, Joe's, and mine. That's bullshit.
I like the picks. What do you want? I'm going to gamble this whole weekend.
You're just throwing mine and Sean picks into the trash.
I didn't bet against
them.
I didn't get bet against them. I just
Did Chris create?
You're not making the parlay with them. It's betting against them.
No, it's not.
Yes,
I have the 5-person parlay. I had that.
I didn't mean to bring on a touchdown to start the show. I mean, we're turning the page. That's going to be a big vocabulary. We're like, drink every time you hear turning the page in this show. So when we lose the parlay, we turn the page. Chris, it could be a fucked up thing that you took part of the parlay that you liked. Do you have any last words on this before we recap our week?
Yeah, the last word is I was right and he missed his bet.
And I'm glad that
Thank God my bet lost. You would have been in shambles today.
I wouldn't have been in shambles. I wouldn't have been in shambles. I'd be sitting here doing the same shit I'd be doing now, screaming at him.
Yeah, trying to get me a winner. That's just like scrambling, looking for teams. Like, gotta go 500 because they're already 0-1.
All right,
get the record back to 500.
So, hey, we're going to touch on each game. We're going to talk about what went wrong. We watched all the games. As I mentioned, follow us on Twitter, Parlay_Pals. We actually did live threads for each game. So we had the Penn State game going. We were having a live thread of updates, what was going on. But we really do appreciate it. I mean, the love we got for the show out the gates. We're excited about it. Continue to hop on. Not only just the parlay, but if you'd like someone's picks, if we're staying hot, unlike Money Mike, you can ride with us.
3 of us lost.
So without further ado, we're going to recap the show. And then we're going to give our next week 2 picks. So it's going to be a 25-minute show. If you didn't watch last episode, recap week 1, give week 2 picks. So here we go. The first game was Penn State. We had them 5.5. Shawnee Brawny told you guys at home that he liked them money line, but he was too bold of a prediction, so it was safe to take the points. Sean, how did that go for you?
Listen, I put $20 on the money line myself, so I was pretty ecstatic when they won. But I was watching the game at a bar in Sea Isle.
Which was Penn State friendly, right?
It was Penn State friendly. Like, anytime like Penn State...
Is that where the voice was at? The voice was left at that bar?
They're like, PSU. It was nuts.
Dude,
it was such a great vibe.
My brother was home, and we were getting ready to watch Penn State, 12 o'clock kickoff. Let's get the parlay right. He starts chanting, Shawnee Brawny, Shawnee Brawny. He's getting pumped over Penn State.
I love that.
So we started off on the right foot. So anybody else wants to say anything about the
I'm just saying that there's a lot of pressure to be the one to lead off parlay.
It is.
So like, he got that win under his belt, and then he can just chill for the rest of the week. And
that's what I like about 12 o'clock games, because like you could either start it off right, and then if you don't, if you get it wrong, then you tail it.
Then you can get a death threat.
Then you can.
If you don't get it right,
you miss the 10 o'clock game, then it's
you can hedge though. But like if we miss like Joe's game, for example, then like we can't really hedge it.
Just for example.
Just for example.
So thank God, Mike. we didn't go into that 4-0, man. That would have been shaky. I was
Whatever.
so mad.
I'm over it. We're on to the next week. Like Ryan said, we're turning the fucking page. Move on.
Turn the page. It was good to
Same
see.
book, though.
It was good to see Wisconsin jump around and lose that game. So I did like that Penn State did win that. Then we went 1-0. So then we went to the next game. We had Arkansas Rice under 50. Chris, it felt like the right play. I mean, I'm not gonna start off with Mike, but it felt like the right play. But it just didn't happen because Arkansas football is just coached by a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, I mean, like, so as much as I hated on the pick last week and still will, it was it should have hit. Like, the under should have hit. We should have been, at that point, 2-0.
Mike?
You could take a Nate. Well, go ahead. You can talk about
Well,
it.
you watched every snap.
No, I didn't.
You didn't turn it off.
I did for a while. Joe's fault. But
Well,
2 different occasions, they were on the 10-yard line, 3rd and goal. They throw a pass into the corner of the end zone. It's dropped. Defensive pass interference. 1st and goal. Then they get a touchdown. So instead of 3 points, it turns into 7. Unders aren't going to hit that way. And then up 14, a minute left. They get a 1st down. Game's over. No one's trying anymore. Rice is conceding, not calling timeouts. Arkansas decides to score another touchdown to kill the over.
we were texting, Joe, and we were like, if we get a 1st down, they're within like the 7-yard line, and they get a 1st down, it's taken in because Rice had 3 timeouts. They weren't using them. They were conceding the loss. It was a multi-score game differential, so there was no need to score a touchdown, and then they ran it in.
It might even have been under 40 seconds. They might have only had to knee one time. It was that close.
Yeah,
Like, I think they might have been able to just walk out, knee the football, and that would have been the game. But no, run it right up the middle.
I would say it wasn't a fun game to watch, to be honest. The one thing I did Rice went up, and I thought that was going to be good for us because they were going to control the clock. But the bad thing was they turned the ball over. I mean, turning the ball over was causing a misfit for our over in total.
3 straight possessions where it was like interceptions, and Arkansas ran it back to the 20-yard line.
Like, we were set for a great possession on the end of the game, and literally all I was thinking is, like, we can't get a pick 6. Like, if we can win this easily, if we don't get a pick 6, what do you know? Dude throws a pick, they run it down to the 10-yard line. The rest is history. So that's where the parlay ended, but that's not where the fun ended. Trey, man, hit a pretty much the easiest. It was the easiest win for us on the week. Cincinnati minus 23 smashed.
Yeah, so basically I told you at the start of last show, it was take the parlay and take me, and you'll be even at worst every single week. We're 1-0. We're 1-0 on that. So it was really the only easy game all week. They won by like 30-something.
Did you watch any of it?
No, I was on the beach.
I watched the first. It was like a quick.
Didn't see a single second of it.
It was a quick 21. They went up. They looked good. So I mean, there's not much to talk about. So Tran improves the 1-0.
Yeah, it was 35-0 at halftime. Yeah. It was blow out.
Yeah, so it was good. So and then Florida Atlantic. I had no business covering.
No business.
I mean, that was one of the craziest games. Florida looked like shit, but then they put in this backup quarterback. What the hell is his name? I think I have it on here. Something Johnson. I don't know, but he was apparently Anthony Richardson. So he was in that Netflix series Quarterback 1. So he was on that quarterback series. He comes in, they're doing like a tandem quarterback, and he's jumping over guys. He's throwing 75-yard touchdowns. He's throwing it behind the back, doing read options, keeping it for 75-yard touchdowns. I'm like, if this guy played the whole game, FAU would have lost by 80. So I was like, thank God this guy didn't stay in the game. So they definitely got a quarterback differential there. I mean, they did 2 garbage time touchdowns. Each team scored, and somehow FAU covered. So I'll take the one. Hey, a win's a win.
I bet that individually too, so that was a big win.
Good for you. I'm glad.
Well, we're a team here, so you should be glad.
I feel some animosity between these two.
Yeah, there's some hostility going on right
It's
now.
so funny just sitting in the middle.
If everybody hits their pick, then they'll go
Give them some peace.
2 people didn't hit their pick. Say something to him about it.
I bet your team individually too, and you lost too.
And I'm glad you lost that one.
Again, team
We're
player.
not trying to
We're a team.
Yeah,
Let's
thanks.
go. Let's go.
You're the peacemaker in there. All right, last game. So we were what 3-1 going into this.
Yeah.
So 3-1 going into 10:30 BYU game. If you stayed up and watched it, Joey, how'd it go?
Wasted your time if you stayed up. Dude, it was 21-3 at half. Arizona couldn't move the football. They probably had 40 total yards. They came out shitty, like I said they would. They stink. BYU was all over them. And then, of course, Arizona punts down to the 1-yard line. They try to run a power left or whatever out of the end zone and get sacked in the end zone. Next thing you know, safety turns into touchdown, turns into 2-point conversion. They're only down 10 at that point, or 8 at that point. And then just kind of fizzled out, and that was basically it.
It was kind of funny because we were texting at the end, and we were like, we might have a little bit of life here. And you were like, we need a muff punt.
Exactly.
We need something. We need something. We need a safety. We need a muff punt. And literally seconds later, dude, muffed it.
And then fell back on top of it. I was like, dude,
The
there's no
BYU
way.
couldn't pick it up, and I was like, there's no way. Joe just said, we need a muff punt. And literally seconds later, dude muffs. And within the 10.
I just want to add that Florida didn't take a knee. They wanted to get some time for the quarterback. Arkansas ran a ball in when they didn't need to. But BYU's up 8 on the other side of the field. We'll meet it out. No big deal. That's ball game.
Well, the spread was 12. Like, sometimes when teams are up like that, they don't want to, like, look bad in the box score. So, like, Florida wasn't up big on FAU where they weren't covering. So they're literally calling timeouts. This dude's chucking it in the end zone. Like, take the knee. The announcer's like, oh, they're just trying to give him some work. Like, they're trying to see what he looks like. See what he looks like? He just jumped over him, dude, for a 40-yard fucking touchdown. I think he's pretty good. I don't think you need to see more looks. So, like, sometimes teams like Florida, they want to look good in the box score. Well, I guess it doesn't matter nowadays because they don't have the 1-2, like...
Helps with the playoff, though. Helps you get in, especially if you're one of them borderline teams. And if you beat an FAU by 30 instead of beating a team by 21, if they see it a little bit different that way.
So you do think it like matters a lot?
I don't know if enough to where the college football playoff committee looks at it that way.
I don't even think it's like playoff. I think Arkansas was just embarrassed to be an SEC team that close to Rice.
What else? Like, is there anything outside this week 1? I know Notre Dame last night. Well, I had that -7. That didn't work out very
Me too.
well.
Also had -7.
I didn't bet that game.
But what did he say at the
I
end?
wish
What's
you
his
would
name?
have.
Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly. He said he's gonna.
He's a big fan of execution, and right now he wishes his whole team was executed or something.
Yeah, that was all over the news today. I saw something that was pretty funny, not topic, but I just want to say. So it came out like a Twitter, it was like a tweet, some reporter, and they tweeted like, oh, Brian Kelly said that he wanted to execute his team. And then underneath it, was like, Nick Castellanos, homer, 30-second homer of the year.
Every single time.
So that was funny. Any other, well, Chris was betting a lot outside of our
Yeah, I had a really big, it was a good week 1 for me. Hopefully we can keep it moving. FSU hit last night, like you said, that was big. Me and Joey were on that.
KZ, baby.
Yep.
Mike, anything to learn moving forward since you lost?
I'm ice cold right now, so
Where are we all on, technically? Parlay Pal world.
we're turning the page and we're moving on to the next week, right?
Chris, are you ever going to put 3 of the 5 picks on a parlay again?
Probably.
It's I
also never ended up doing it.
Yeah, because I proved points and I proved that you're a fucking scumbag.
Alright, then you should prove something by winning a bet so we can all win money together.
He's acting like I'm walking in here giving out losers on purpose. I'm trying to win.
You did week 1, you said
My whole neighborhood heard me scream fuck when
in week 1 you said it was going to be easy because favorites will cover week 1, and you go and go a Rice under.
will say this. It had some bad mojo out the gate. Because Mike said this is going to be the worst pick, and you guys are going to hit it the most.
There's
75 games to pick from.
He started with that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was so confident in that pick.
Yeah, we could have won it. We could have won mine too. We could have easily went 5-0.
Hey, you'll get them this week though.
What I want to say is that
Always next week.
they were very like entertaining games. Like if you tailed us and you actually bet with us, they were entertaining. The endings were close. There was shit going on that you never really see. And like if we had a live stream of the games and we were all hanging out, it would have been a blast. And we were just cheering on our own. Eventually we'll get down that road where we're all live streaming the thing.
5 of us would have to watch the game for that to happen.
But it wasn't like teams were getting blown out. Like each game was in it. It was exciting. It was good to have college football back. And
I think that's why I love the parlay so much, is because it's just like when everyone's rooting for the same thing, it's just more fun.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's just more fun.
Yeah, the only team that wasn't in it was Cincinnati, and that was a win.
Yeah.
It's not like they weren't in it because we lost.
Yeah.
They weren't in it because we won already. Every other team basically came down to the wire, minus Penn State, but it was iffy in the beginning there, so it was really fun to watch.
talk about a boring game. That Penn State.
Yeah, that was-
game.
Oh, yeah, it was boring.
The quarter was fun though.
Yeah, it was boring like in the touchdown ways. Defensively, it was a great.
All right, if
football.
you had to rank the games in most fun to least fun, what are they?
I only watched 2 of them.
Well, like fun is a tough word because Arkansas was a fun game, but it was painful.
but it was terrible.
FAU was number one.
Yeah, FAU was fun.
That Arkansas
Penn
game, I
State
had
was
to
a
shower
fun game.
after.
Penn State was fun.
BYU was kind of script, like there wasn't anything crazy.
I'd
That was
probably
such
go
a boring game.
FAU, Penn State, Rice, Arkansas,
Cincy,
BYU. Cincy. That's what I
The Cincy game was boring. Like, it was a good boring, but it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was one of the ones out there.
We're good.
Yeah. So once again, it was a great week. I mean, we appreciate it. 100 views. I do want to say one last thing before we get into the picks for week 2. We had a buddy that tailed. We had a bunch of people that tailed us, so we appreciate the support, even though we did not come through. But we will. I feel very well about how we're gonna hit at least maybe 1 or 2. I think I was doing the math. If we hit 2 of these, we make our money back exponentially. So it's like one, like we're a couple, like $40. No, it's like because it's payouts like 6:30. Sean,
You have to hit one every 2 years. It pays
every 2 years.
No. If you
It's
hit one, it
only
pays
one
for 2 years of it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's 13 weeks. So
we were in it this week. I want to say, we had a bunch of people town. Mike had some boys town. We had some family members town. We had some friends town. People who are Let's Party Pod fans were tailing. But I had someone DM me before the week started, and he watched the episode, and he said, I'm thinking about tailing you guys. I'm going to take everything, but I'm going to switch Mike's total from the under to the over. And I said, no.
That dude's a genius. That dude is a genius.
Well,
still
It was Leo, actually. Leo.
Yeah,
Leo,
I yelled at him last night.
And I was like, don't kill the juju. You're messing up with the juju. Like, let's just ride it. But then luckily Mike was the only one that lost. But when we were 3-1 going into the 10:30 game, he was pissed. He DM'd me, oh, it's dead. Like, I can't believe I'm never listening to you again. He's like, I'm in charge of Parlay Pals now. I was like, okay. So this is a good plug, 1-800-GAMBLER, don't be a degenerate. And we're also not professionals. We're just average Joes
Do they have
making
winners
picks.
on 1-800-GAMBLER? You can find a winner there.
We might have to rearrange seats for next show. I think that's what it is. All right, so 15 minutes into the show. Without further ado, let me give a quick plug real quick. Twitter, @parlay_pals. Give us a follow. We got like 20-some followers, but we're active on there, giving game threads. We're giving our bet slips, so it's fun over there. YouTube, easiest way to find us, because some people were hitting me up. It's hard to find on YouTube. Easiest way, just type in Parlay Pals with no spaces. We'll pop up for you right there. So, without further ado, the moment everyone has been waiting for, Week 2 picks. Let's get into it. So here we go. Tran-Man let us off last time. He's not letting us off this time. We are going to Joey 2-time. He had the late game last week. Does he repeat with the late game? Does he take a big game of the week? I don't know. You don't even know if there's big. Are there big games of the week?
You're about to find out.
So the floor is yours, Joey.
Flipping it on its head. Following Shawnee Brawny, we're going Oregon is getting 14 against Ohio State. Right now, they're getting 14. It's probably going to move. It's Monday. So, we're hoping I like it. I think Oregon really has a chance. Not necessarily to win, but they're going to be close. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in Ohio State.
I don't think it is at Ohio State, is it?
It's a 12 o'clock game. If it's in Oregon, they're playing at 9 a.m.
Right,
you tell me. I'm pretty sure it's at Ohio State. Yeah, it definitely is because we're talking about it on College Game Day. But anyway, C.J. Stroud didn't look good at all. I think he ended up with a good stat line, maybe 300 passing yards because he had 2 passing touchdowns for 60, 70 yards. He didn't look good, and Oregon's defense is not going to let him do that. Like, Minnesota's let him make mistakes, let him do whatever they wanted. So I think Oregon's a lot better. They're going to miss their DN, their first overall hopeful, maybe Heisman candidate, Kayvon Thibodeau for this one. But
He's not playing?
No, I don't know for sure. You know what? I'm just going to be the source because I have that ability now. He's not playing. No shot. He had a sprained ankle, dude. There's no way he's playing.
Oh, no, I think he's out for the year.
No, sprained, I thought.
The Oregon pass rusher?
Thibodeau.
Yeah.
The year? You better not say something.
Someone was out for a year. I don't know.
He's out this week for sure. I'm almost 100% positive.
Oh, that's what it was.
Minnesota's running.
Yeah. Well, his was. Did you? It was disgusting.
I didn't want to watch it.
But Oregon's got really good corners. The wide receivers are really good. They still got Brown back there, quarterback. All they got. I think this game goes low, like the under.
I agree.
I think it's a very good defensive game, and Stroud's really got to pick it up if they want to beat them that bad. I don't see it being 14. I think it's got to be maybe even a one-score game, 3-7 points. This might smash.
Is this what we're doing already? The
Bias.
bias joke. Is this what we're doing already?
Yeah.
Joe takes Oregon as bold prediction, and then Oregon has a big game. Oh, take Oregon.
Listen, I might sprinkle a little money line. That's what I'm saying. I might sprinkle. That's what I'm saying. I might sprinkle.
Big payout though.
I might sprinkle. 1-800-GAMBLER. For real. 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, we're going with the Ducks, baby. Quack, quack. Plus 14 at Ohio State. We're going money, Mike. I actually should have led with him because he had a tough game last week.
It's all right.
We'll start with the 2 people who lost. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, money
I
line.
got my pick. Georgia, minus 26 against UAB. I think Georgia needs a big offensive game to show everybody that they're really good on offense. Everybody knows their defense is good. They held Clemson to 3 points. JT Daniels needs a big game to hopefully win the Heisman, have a chance at the Heisman. The SEC teams are just bigger, faster, stronger than UAB. I don't think they have a chance, and 26 seems like it's easy.
when we do a sports decathlon, I think me and Joe picked UAB.
Yeah, but they're the best in
look
their
pretty
conference.
good.
They're the best in their conference.
I don't know who they played week. You know who they played week 1? I don't know. I think
they won
look
31-0.
Yeah, it was a goose egg. But I mean, if UAB had a team total over of 0.5, I'd probably still take the under.
Is it at UAB?
Yeah, I agree. I don't
think that's possible.
They wouldn't go.
Teams go over.
Georgia wouldn't.
I think UAB.
Yeah.
But I do think probably Georgia wants to like show people that they can play offense.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like coming off the
Exactly.
Clemson game, it's like, hey, let's say that we can actually put some stats inside.
Like they're not needing the game.
Well, and when we were talking, the debate was like the under or Georgia, and then we were thinking it could go over on the sole fact that Georgia could score
Like
66 points.
So what's like the
60
maximum you think UAB scores?
I'm so serious. If the team total was 0.5, I would go on. I'm not kidding. I would have 3 scores.
Like Georgia's defense is unreal. I would
So
say
we need 20.
Yeah, they really just.
Yeah, you need 4
Yes.
touchdowns. Which
say you give them
5,
10.
6.
Say we give UAB 10 points, Georgia can put up 36 on them.
I like that a lot.
Probably with that.
Clemson scored 3. Clemson scored 3.
Yeah,
You want
Clemson
UAB
was
to
the
score
third
first?
ranked team.
All right, so there's 2. All right, we got 3 more picks, and then we're getting out of hand. Shawnee Brawny.
Well. Coming back with a win.
Yes, we addressed you on.
We're coming back with a win. We're sticking with the 12 o'clock games. I love my 12 o'clock games. I love my Big Ten teams. We're going Minnesota minus 19.5. All right, so
Who they play?
they play against Miami, Ohio.
I like this. We're peppering Miami, Ohio, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like looking at Miami, Ohio, they got absolutely smoked by Cincy, and I was like kind of impressed with how Minnesota was able to keep up with Ohio State, even though Ohio State had a terrible game. They're still ranked number 4 in the country. Like, I don't know. I feel like you can't let that be no.
Minnesota's running back.
Algier though, no Algier, gone for a year.
I know, but
I'll just say, do you think this line reflects the running back, or do you think it can move down maybe during the week, or do you like?
I mean, it's only 4 points off from Cincy. Cincy was 23.5, right? And this one's 19.5.
Yeah.
And Cincy's a way better team. But I mean, they gave us Cincy. You watched the game. They gave us Cincy. Cincy should have been 34.5.
Yeah.
It was
The
bad.
line made no sense.
Yeah.
So no worries for the running back, Sean.
no.
What's wrong with it?
No,
That's wrong with it.
Did you know the running back was out for the year?
I did. Yeah, I didn't know he was out for a year.
He knows, Mike. He's 1-0. You 1-0.
Highest person, yeah.
All right, just making sure.
All right, so there we go. That's 3 picks. My first recap. I did a lot of recapping last time, so I'm only going to do this last recap right here. So Oregon plus 14 against Ohio State. Georgia minus 26 against UAB. And then good old Minnesota, Big Ten football, 12 p.m., 19.5 minus against Miami, Ohio. Here we go.
That's 2 12 p.m. games.
I got
Chris, he's raising his hand. He wants to go.
I'm excited about this one because I'm surprised that nobody picked it yet.
All right, what is it?
So you were on the other side of the UF game, week 1. I'm taking UF minus 29
That
against
was
USF.
my first one.
Was it? But yeah, USF might be the worst team.
Anthony Richardson, talk about the kid. Jumping over guys. 175.
Exactly, yeah.
This guy is a stud. He is the next big thing.
Listen, I'm your source guy though. They might still go 2 quarterbacks. They're not going to let him worry. Just
Did
walk.
you-
I'm just saying. The talk right now is that they might still go.
It
2
doesn't
quarterbacks.
matter even if they do. USF might
USF.
be the worst team. in college
USF is
football. Like,
unbearable to watch.
we couldn't bet it on the NC State USF game because it wasn't on Saturday. That would have been somebody's pick.
Mine,
for
it would have been
sure.
my pick, yeah.
So yeah, so
Which was on
NC
Saturday.
State lost 45-0, right?
Yeah, USF is the worst team.
They're god awful.
They're the worst team in the American.
And I just kind of think UF's team's wrong. Like, I don't care that UF didn't look impressive against FAU. FAU's good. USF's bad.
If Richardson plays, they might really steam.
Dude, Richardson plays?
He's Cam Newton on steroids,
Dude,
dude. That's what
amazing.
dude, he runs like a 4.4. Did you not
Then
know
why
all this when
wouldn't
he
they
was
play
developing?
him? Why wouldn't they play him?
Because he's young, I think, and they like him more. More as a grad
He's a
transfer, or
he's
he's
a-
a redshirt senior
He's
or
old.
something. He's old. Like they gave him the time to play. Same with KZ. Why wouldn't they play KZ in Florida State? You seen how
All
much
right,
better
Because he almost lost his leg.
All right, and the dude looks like he's got 3 of them now. So
All right, couple plugs on this game. I got you, Chris. So South Florida has allowed 30 or more points in all but 2 games last year. And obviously they gave up 45 week 1, so the spread's 28.5. But it opened at 28.5. I actually bet it. and then it's at 29 now, so 30 points. And USF is trash. Anthony Richardson. I think I have like 20 notes on Anthony Richardson. I might get his jersey to be honest. That dude is a stud.
What numbers he wear? If it's 14, it's Cam Newton number.
I have no idea.
He didn't even know his
I
name.
think it might be
Show.
14.
Yeah,
He was calling him Johnson.
I did say.
I know his basic last name. I can
The only thing I do worry about, I said keep an eye out on quarterback on who they're going to play, but they play both. But if it's Richardson, I may.
Oh, also USF's doing the same thing, except they just benched both of their
True
quarterbacks
freshmen they have or no?
in the week 1 game, so they don't know who they're playing either.
All right, cool. I gotta write that down. All right, UF minus 29, and they're on the road
Yes,
against who?
USF.
They're not really on the road. They're not very far from it.
All right, last pick.
They're not far.
They're like
For
Game's
me-
on Tampa. It's a few hours.
Yeah, so
To
and
bring-
UF will show out.
Yes,
To bring this
exactly. And they
parlay
play at-
together.
Sorry,
It's
continue.
okay. I was just looking for my pick. All right. Before we get out of here, last pick to bring the parlay pals to possibly go 1-0. I mean, 1-1. We're gonna finally get on that win streak. Hit that money, hit that parlay, and then it pays what, Sean?
Pay $6.50.
Pay $6.50.
About,
and it probably
yeah.
pays
Like
for
give or
2 years
take.
of this. All right. So here we go. I'm going UNC minus 25.5 versus Georgia State. Games at 7:30 p.m.
Like it.
UNC is home. Georgia State just got smoked to Army 43-10. Sam Howell and UNC are coming off that tough loss in Virginia Tech, which is obviously a tough place to play. So they'll be happy to come home and let things rip. Obviously, Sam Howell is on a lot of people's Heisman watch, so he's probably itching at the bit to put some stats up. And I think if they get ahead to 25-0, that's a scenario where they want to run up the score. Because I don't know, what was the score last when they played?
Tech 17-10. I think
Yeah.
they
Nah,
lost.
And the over was like 65 in that game. Like that was
So we all play NCAA college football video game. What are you doing to get your Heisman rating up? You put up some more points. So they're going to keep running the score up. They're at home. I love that. So I said I don't think 25.5 is nearly enough for a team that's pissed off at home against a shitty defense. And I think UNC obviously
Yeah, that
wins
could get
big. 25.5. Put it in.
I think we have a problem.
That could get ugly.
This seems easy to hit.
It does feel good.
Like all these bets, I like a lot.
Yeah, wait till these lines move. UNC's going to be giving 30 by the time.
So you're gonna bet all 5 of them?
Yeah, and then probably UNC and Oregon and the Florida game.
Well, at least he's betting all 5 of them.
Actually, no, I want to put yours in too, because I really like the Georgia.
Get up and hug. Get up and hug right now. You two. Hug each other.
I
Hug each
like
other.
his
Hug each other here to end the show.
It's not
All right,
hug
let
each
me,
other.
let me run through it. I also flashed at the end of the video our parlay, so if you want to stick around for a couple, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, the bet slip will be there. Oregon plus 14 against Ohio State. Georgia minus 26 against UAB. Minnesota at 12 p.m. minus 19.5 against Miami, Ohio. Then we got Florida, the Gators, minus 29 against USF. And then finally, put it all together at 7:30 p.m. I think it is UNC 25.5 versus Georgia State. So it feels good. It feels good.
Feels
Hopefully
too
get
good.
some wins.
Feels scary good.
Feels good. I was going to say something, but I forget. But thanks for the
Oh,
support.
the thing you forgot to say was just bet mine and then bet the parlay and you'll be even
I
at
thought
the
you
end
were
of the
talking
day.
about Q dining.
That was actually not on the outline today. So thanks for listening in. Check us out on Twitter at parlay_pals. Give us a follow, obviously on YouTube as well. And let's make some money. So appreciate it. Stay tuned.
Let's
And
get it.
until next time, Parlay Pals are out.
Parlay